Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Super Metroid Randomizer Multi-Category Tournament 2022. My name is Cross Product. I am joined by Vincent RTA. Say hello. I was talking to chat. Chat, say hello to Vincent RTA. All right, Vincent, say hello. Okay. I'm doing great. Our race tonight is between sloaters27 and Yuzuriha, sorry. And we are on week 3, which means we have Chozo item distribution. Boss shuffle, yes. Area rando, no. So, Vincent, you want to go ahead and run down what all of those settings mean for our viewers here? Sorry about that, folks. I'm gonna work out Vincent's audio issues in just a second, so I will explain what Chozo Rando means. So there are 25 major item locations. Normally in a Super Metroid randomizer, you'd have any kind of E-tanks, unique items, beam soups, what have you, would be considered major items. But a little different in Chozo. There are 25 locations and 25 Chozo or major items. That includes every unique item, 3 energy tanks, 1 reserve tank, 2 missile packs, 2 super missile packs, and 1 power bomb pack. Basically, the bare minimum amount of energy and ammo that would be required to defeat Mother Brain, assuming that you have charge beam and all that, of course. So, this means that they may find an energy tank at a what would be a minor location. We have a little bit of desync here. We'll get these runners synced up for you in just a sec as well. And it also means we are much more likely to find charge beam, which means maybe there won't be an ammo hunt, but maybe there will be anyway, because you never know. Charge beam could be at some awful location, some awful reptilian lava-based location, or some awful spiky metallic underwater location. I can hear you, Vincent. I think maybe the restream might have you muted? I don't know. But we'll hear back from chat in just a second. Also, shoutouts to Diesel Pilot, who is our SpeedGaming helper today, as well as, of course, the inestimable, incompetent perfectionist, who is doing our tracking today. Incompetent perfectionist, I apologize. Hey, yep. It's like no matter how hard you try. Alright, so we are getting the minor item checks here for sloaters. There are kind of 2 gimmies here. Now, interestingly, this second power bomb pack and this super missile pack, as far as Chozo logic is concerned, sloaters does not have access to those locations. Chozo only considers your Chozo locations. So, for instance, with that second power bomb pack, sloaters would be able to go through Gauntlet. However, since the game only counts the Chozo locations, Gauntlet's not actually in logic. But it sort of is, because you could go there and find Screw Attack, because Varia Randomizer does in logic eyes one-way checks. So Slaughter's checking another quick minor location here, another E-tank. And it looks like Slaughters will be taking the back route through Green Brinstar. Now remember, oh boy, careful there. This is not area rando, so we will be heading on the big pink here. A couple things of note as far as Chozo Randomizer. One is that Waterway is not a major location. So Sloaters will be able to full clear all of the major items in green, pink, Brinstar. The other thing to note is that this route typically is only done if you plan on going to wrecked ship early. So Sloaters has passed up on the 230 missiles as well as Bomb Torizo. Gets a grapple beam for it so far. We'll also see a Spore Spawn Super Missile location as well as Brinstar Reserve on the way up to Terminator. Now, again, typically people are only going to be doing this backwards route that Sloaters is doing if they favor an early wrecked ship, which is a little... it is going to be a little interesting to see how this plays out, as it is a boss shuffle. Sloaters could get to wrecked ship and very likely find that Fantoon is not there. Worst case scenario, Ridley is there, and you won't be able to defeat the boss. Best case is that it's Fantoon, and he can get all the item checks in wrecked ship. And, yeah, the chat's also pointing out there is another major item location at the top of Red Tower at the Alpha Powerbomb location. Now, Sloaters, if he ends up going to wrecked ship and finds Kraid or Dragon there, he will be able to defeat those bosses, and with this grapple beam, even get out of Dragon's lair. It's going to be a tricky fight with good on ammo. Not quite where he would want to be to fight Dragon, but he is basically just going in there to check a boss and leave if he does do early wrecked ship. Maybe Sloaters, I'm sure, has done plenty of practice. Now we have the logical missile pack here for Yuzu at the 230 missiles. A vanilla logical missile. So the 25 item locations are anywhere there's a Chozo statue, in addition to boss prizes. So the item behind Kraid, the item behind Ridley, the right side reactor room in wrecked ship, which is considered the prize for Fantoon. Now, interestingly, killing Fantoon won't give you access to his item location right away. Alright, Sloaters coming up on Brinstar Reserve and finds a nice hot Varia suit there.
That'll definitely help. And we're also testing to see if my audio is working now.
Yeah, welcome back, Vincent. Just been kind of filling in the runners on what's going on in the early parts of this race here. Vincent detected. Well, welcome. So a couple of the locations which wouldn't normally have a major progression item were the 230 missiles that we saw on Yuzu's screen, only a missile pack, as well as the Spore Spawn Super Missile location. Alright, another illogical missile. Now, Yuzuriha looks to be going to Gauntlet here with this save. Okay. Definitely refilling the power bombs. Was wondering whether or not Yuzu would save here. With no suits and only one E-Tank, Gauntlet is a little bit dangerous. And first, going to have to do some tricky wall jumps, but you wouldn't know they were tricky because Yuzuriha just mastered them immediately.
Made it look easy. Made it look easy for sure.
Even got the skip the middle wall there.
There were plenty of times I practiced that trick and just felt like I didn't know how to play the game. Just trying to get up to the skip.
Yeah, Sloater's not even going to bother checking the back half of Gauntlet here. Yuzuriha not taking any chances, wants to use a super missile in the Yapping Mall to prevent any chance of being pulled into the acid.
I don't think that's a bad idea with the low health to be a little cautious here.
Yep, Sloaters is going to find the first logical missile pack here at the 230 Chozo statue. And I missed what was that? Bomb Torizo. So that's a X-ray scope. Yuzuriha
contemplating life right there.
What are the odds that I find Charge Beam and Plasma Beam by the time I want to use this, right? Now, Sloaters is actually very close to having enough ammo to kill Ridley here as well. Which it might cement his decision to go to wrecked ship if that's where he was headed.
Yeah, the ammo count can definitely make it really changes your thought process and your routing as you're doing these and giving you that. Can I or can't
Oh,
I? What is my?
this is rough. That is a spot where the acid can get him, and
Oh,
Yuzuriha takes an unfortunate acid spill there. I doubt that we're going to see them go back for the X-ray scope. It feels bad when you save until you die. Then it feels great. So yeah, interestingly, both of the missile packs have been found already, and one of the super packs. And I believe it was the power bomb at Alpha Missiles. So only one ammo pack left. Yuzuriha, gosh, I'm so sorry. Yuzuriha trying to get some drops out of these space pirates.
yeah, just trying to keep that ammo count up with it being low, just making sure they can get everywhere they need to be. And yeah, as you called sloaters, yep.
I blinked and missed a CWJ, I think. Or no, he has a grapple beam. I blinked and missed an expertly grapple across the... Never mind. All right, so what are we looking at for ammo here? We have optimally 20 times 400, 8,000. So we have barely enough ammo to kill Ridley, counting the power bombs. We have a very good amount of health and ammo if we find Dragon and grapple beam to get out. Sloaters is gonna have to save here.
For sure.
Oh, maybe
and
check the ammo first.
Oh, yep.
This is interesting. We didn't find a charge beam when my head was turned, did we?
Not that I saw.
The sloaters know that this is a boss shuffle. Well, let me do some quick math here. He's boned. Oh, no, he has to open the doors first? Even if it's Ridley, he would have to open the doors, then come back. He saved at ship, okay.
Nope, going right for it.
And it went the wrong way. That's the first bad sign.
And it's Ridley.
There's Ridley. Yeah, could potentially defeat Ridley here, but
the quick reset.
Definitely not in logic. Yuzuriha picking up that extra ammo, just in case a wild Ridley appears on his side as well.
That is going to set Sloaters back a little bit, but now he's going to take that gauntlet trip. I'm going to be disappointed finding that X-ray scope. Quick reset as soon as he sees that.
Yeah. Not even going to contemplate picking up the X-ray scope for Sloaters. And with that ammo count, I don't blame him.
With the audio, I missed this, but do we know what's back here at Spospo yet?
Spospo? Yeah, we got a super missile here. Sloaters checked it earlier.
So a little bit of vanilla there, but
Yep.
Not
And here
complaining
we
about
have
getting those supers.
here we're gonna have another Chozo location, which you would not normally see in a major minor split. The Alpha Power Bomb location. And it's a reserve. It's the reserve tank. It's the logical reserve tank.
That's probably my least favorite room in the game to travel through, and Sloaters just makes it look like a joke.
They call it that because it's a cakewalk, you know. Sloaters, we're gonna go ahead and get this X-ray check, and why not with grapple beam? And we know it's not X-ray scope, and we know it's not a reserve tank. So, what could be here that we don't even want? Even in an E-tank, it's not too bad. It could be another super missile pack. And if it is, that would be the last ammo location, I believe.
We did see Sloaters skip an E-tank at 4, but we'll take the E-tank here at only 3 tanks.
Sloaters skipped an E-tank and wrecked ship, anticipating the reset at Ridley. Oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe Charge Beam was also a super missile pack, or was that... That was Grapple Beam, that was Grapple Beam, okay.
Yes.
So we do still have a super missile pack at large, and I guess 2 E-tanks now?
This is certainly a different strategy than the major minors. So players have to really map this out and be confident in their locations and be ready to, you know those counts of what's left, what can I still find, what do I need, where am I at ammo-wise. And there's MM2's favorite item.
That's a great item. So Yuzu making quick work of the Ninja Turtles there. That's one of the reasons I actually think Sloaters route is closet amazing, is that you don't have to go up through the Ninja Turtles. And Sloaters showing the any percent new route prowess, opening up the breaky tube. So this is what's also really nice for Sloaters is Sloaters knows where Ridley is, and Sloaters knows that he can take on any other boss here easily.
Yeah, so this is going to allow some confident head towards any of the boss locations, not worry about it, and save that wonderful little friend for last.
Yeah, and with Varia's suit and the changes made in the randomizer, the electrical sockets in Dragon's room do 25% damage, so you only need about 50 to 60 health to fry the shrimp on the wall there. And even without high jump boots, I don't imagine Sloaters to have any difficulty with the grapple escape.
And now we do have Dragon here, so we're gonna watch that grapple beam fry in just a moment.
Yep, and Yuzu right on Sloaters' heels, but basically without the knowledge of Ridley being in a wrecked ship. So about half of a zone behind, in addition to the lack of knowledge on bosses, which means that Yuzu will have to take a save upon entering Kraid's lair, right?
For sure, yeah. Just to be extra safe.
If there's a chance it can be Ridley, you have to save. Now, I wonder if Varia Randomizer will put Gravity Suit here. Normally, you can't have Gravity Suit behind Dragon, because you'd have to do a bunch of stuff. Doesn't want the E-tank.
Just E.
So one of the kind of funny quirks about our settings here is there is no Suitless Meridia. It just doesn't exist with our current logic settings and Chozo, because the Chozo locations will only have... There won't be any Mama Turtle, there won't be any Botsuni tank. It's only Shack Tool, Plasma, and Dragon, as far as Meridia items go.
And
Yeah,
that's
chat
definitely...
pointing out.
Go ahead.
Sorry, chat pointing out that Yuzu has a much better ammo count for Ridley than Sloaters did at his trip to wreck ship.
Yeah, enough that they could potentially take that fight without as much worry.
Yeah, I'd still imagine a save in Craig's lair. Snagging that power bomb with the tickle beam. Yeah, and Sloaters actually perhaps left the E-Tank there thinking that he would have a backup in case he ran out of health from the grapple jump. So that's a good point out by chat there. You know, a runner of Sloaters' caliber at this point, E-Tanks are just refills.
Yes.
He's not really concerned for max health. He'll pick up an E-Tank if he wants the refill.
Well, yeah, and I saw it, like, he skipped it at 4 and left it there in ship. I have a feeling that's just... This is probably the health that Sloaters know he needs for the rest of the run.
Yeah. In addition, there are other nuances to whether or not he would pick up an E-Tank, right? But bottom line is, Sloaters is comfortable with the 4 tanks. I guess 4 tanks in a reserve. It's kind of... what if you want to count that. Sloaters!
It's high jump
What did you
boots.
think that was that you didn't want? It could have been the 3rd E-Tank. That's the only thing I think that could have been there. Because he's seen X-Ray.
I think that was just
he would probably take a super pack.
I think that was just a quick turnaround and trying to speed up the exit. That's that high level 80% running.
Did he jump and go for the wall check on the item? Oh, nice iceless ice escape. Gotta love that. And we're gonna have a high 5 through this door transition. Say hello. So I believe Yuzu did not even bother to check and see which boss was at Kraid, whereas Sloaters has gone, checked, defeated the boss, and gotten out. And still the ice area ahead. This room looks like a leg. And there's the final ammo pack. So as far as filler items, we only have 1 E-Tank left. We've seen both missile packs, both supers, power bomb, reserve, and 2 E-Tanks. We've also seen X-ray, so basically whatever item's up next, Sloaters is gonna want it. Unless it's an E-Tank.
Yuzuriha is gonna have to take that power bomb exit. Not as comfortable with that iceless escape, which is an extremely difficult trick if you haven't practiced it.
Yeah, it's pretty tough even with ice beam.
Yes.
And you have a little less of a runway, and timing is a little tighter if you don't have ice beam.
Yeah, that's something I was working on the ice version the other day, and it was just constantly frustrating because it requires such precision. But
short hop mock balls.
Yeah, which is definitely a skill you need for running this game.
Sloaters takes a fall to the final boss without even getting hit by the final boss. And I wonder if we're still gonna have some minor item checks from Sloaters. Sloaters knows where Ridley is. Will Sloaters decide to commit to charge beam at this point, or will Sloaters still pick up supers? With the thought that perhaps Jack Tool has charge beam. So we've skipped the minor location. You ran right under it. And there's ice beam.
Ice, that's huge. That makes Turian much easier.
Yeah, even with the 20 power bomb packs, it's still nice to have the ice beam and save the time. And now that user has high jump boots, so might be thinking, all right, I can take Dragon now. I'm more comfortable with the grapple escape with high jump boots. Maybe not. I do believe we have a lava dive coming up. Unless, well, here's the other interesting thing about Chozo is that since only 5 ammo packs are considered in the logic, Ridley always requires charge beam. Which means charge beam actually has to be in Lower Norfair. Between here and Lower Norfair, we have to find either charge or gravity, and a vanilla wave beam to boot. So we'll either need gravity to go into Meridia, or we'll need charge beam to defeat. Actually, that's not true. We could have a Fantoon. We could have a Fantoon in Lower Norfair and gravity in Wreck Ship. Gravity or charge beam in Wreck Ship, yeah. So Lower Norfair has to either have gravity suit, charge beam, or Fantoon. Oh, there's also Crocomire.
These are all decisions the runners have to be able to think about on the fly and be prepared for, and you're constantly rethinking your route as you're going. Like, where is the next location? Where's the next location that's going to have what I need to move forward? We're seeing sloaters with that great 80% movement just charge through this. Not quite with charge beam yet. We are watching that lava dive now.
Should be a breeze with the high jump boots. Stalls out waiting for the Namahe.
Just perfectly executed. Like that's no problems at all. No re-jump.
Okay, so we see Yuzu farming up in anticipation of a Ridley fight. But did we see a save in Crate Slayer is the question. We're going to have 21 attempts at the worst trick in the game. Don't use a super missile on the blue door sloaters. Everyone's got their own setup for green gate glitch, and they all look janky.
Yuzuriha just did not want to fight Dragon there.
So, there's charge beam.
Charge beam, all right.
But can we get out? We didn't pick up screw attack when I wasn't looking in speed booster, did we? That was a spring ball, I'm sorry. Good old springy. Okay, so Yuzu did save in the double door Norfair save. I'm not comfortable with the grapple escape for Dragon. And one thing to keep in mind here for sloaters is 2E tanks is a lot for Lower Norfair. If you have one of the following items: gravity suit, screw attack, plasma beam. Sloaters doesn't have any of those things. We might see some good use of super missiles though. Oh, cheeky, trying to weave through the pirates' lasers there.
It's definitely going to take some precision movement and just patience getting through here, because rushing this could lead to an untimely death, and that's the last thing you want in any kind of race situation.
That many super missiles, sloaters could just nuke all the pirates from orbit. Oh, the classic not having speed booster. Never mind. Yeah, so speed booster, if you have high jump boots, actually gives you a really nice jump height on little 1-2 tile dashes. So maybe Sloater's a little used to having speed booster for amphitheater there. Couldn't quite make the jump that he thought he was going to make.
Had to switch to backup strats, but makes it easy. Makes it look easy after that. Yuzuriha looks like they're going to go check speed now.
Yeah, it looks like this is a logical Lower Norfair here. Logically forced. Unless Crocomire has gravity. So But then, as we said, Crocomire logically requires Charge Beam. Now, interestingly, it could be the logic wants you to go to Screw Attack to get Charge Beam, and then go back to Crocomire for Gravity?
That's possible.
Yep, Sloaters is going to be thankful that he doesn't have to fight Ridley with one E-Tank and Varia suit. Still gonna farm some ammo anyway. 169 Fantoon. Wouldn't be too bad. This is basically the strats we'd expect to see in an any percent run. Plus he has the safety of Varia suit. And it is indeed Fantoon.
So this will be a breeze.
This will be a breeze, and this could also mean Gravity Suit and Wrecked Ship. So Gravity Suit is in Wrecked Ship or at Crocomire. Although, will Slugs even bother? I believe so without Space Jump. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Grapple Beam for Coliseum is not too bad. I don't know if Sloaters would favor a full suitless here, rather than check Wrecked Ship first. Now, the unfortunate thing here is defeating Fantoon will not give Sloaters any items. He'll have to go all the way up to Wrecked Ship to get the prize in the reactor room.
Right, and not exactly in a hurry to get up there, knowing that boss battle up there is going to be Ridley, so... I mean, could avoid it for now, but that's also a lot of time to get all the way up there.
Yeah, he ain't afraid of no Ridley. He's got plenty of ammo here in Charge Beam now. Yeah, unfortunately, there won't be any item behind Fantoon immediately. I'll have to go up there.
Just taking the opportunity to use that grapple beam for its intended purpose of farming.
I thought its intended purpose was defeating Dragon.
Ah, yeah, good point, good point. So secondary purpose of farming. There we go. All right. I'll concede to that one.
Its intended purpose is grabbing Crocomire's tongue, I believe.
Oh, poor Crocomire. The most abused enemy in this entire... He's just trying to give you a hug, but what do we have to do to him? Put him in a vat of acid.
Yep. We have to. Really good any percent strats here. Floater's not even balking at the fact that he's 2 hits from death. See how he fares with 3 musketeers. So each key hunter will do 100 damage.
Easily gets past the first.
Well,
ooh.
This is the spot. Just gonna Crystal Flash here. Please don't pop through the hole. This is why I call this room the Three Stooges room, by the way. They just keep trying to get in through this small opening and keep bonking.
Gets through safe, and we see no big difference between last.
Crystal Flash
after, yes.
Crystal Flashed and then got hit. So like, yeah, glad I Crystal Flashed there. These squirrels aren't going to give him quite enough energy. Now this is where we're looking for that E-Tank. This is where I think Sloaters would pick up an E-Tank. But we'll take a Super Missile and be happy with it for the ensuing Ridley fight.
Is playing it safe a little bit, that help, but now we're up just missiles at Croc, so
the only item in Crocomire's area is the grapple beam location.
It's going to be the grapple beam location.
Yeah.
Yep. So nothing exciting back where that E-Tank is normally hanging out.
Right, with the Chozo item distribution, it's just a minor location there. So will Sloaters get Gravity Suit? No. Well, Sloaters will not go to Crocomire. Will Sloaters do a suitless Meridia?
No,
Or
but
go
we are
to
watching
Gravity
some.
Suit?
We
Yeah.
are what. We are watching some. We watched a little bit of spring ball use there.
He's just getting it ready for those spring ball jumps in Meridia, I think.
Yeah, it's likely this is going to be a suitless play.
Yeah, again, not having the protective element of a gravity suit, Sloaters will take twice as much damage from the enemies in Meridia than he might be used to. And yeah, Yuzuriha not having a speed booster or any good way to get across the pantry. Gonna do a very nice green gate glitch here. But yeah, nice gravity jump. We'll have to be pretty careful against these enemies, though.
Oh, and Croc hides the gravity suit.
Well, that's gonna make this run interesting. But Sloaters, I believe, making the correct call, not even bothering to look for the gravity suit when it could be all the way up in wrecked ship. And going for the one-tile wall jump here between the fish. Fish is too far away from the wall now. Could just do spring ball jumps at this point.
Yep, and gonna elect to go to the spring ball strats.
Yeah, Yuzuriha's big concern now is finding that charge beam at Screw Attack Room. Still not the most comfortable readout for the lower Norfair, though. You saw how much damage those key hunters can do. Yuzuriha has gravity suit and will only take 50 damage for each hit instead of 100, but you know, it's still not very fun.
I'm surprised seeing Yuzuriha grabbing so much ammo at this point when there's plenty here to get through.
Yeah, Yuzu might actually be looking for the Mother Brain kill ammo at this point. I don't really see any reason to go above 40-40 unless you're completely abandoning the charge beam search. And we'll see if that's the case when we get to Lower Norfair, huh? Spazer is a nice item to have for Suitless Meridia, I'm not gonna lie, but that's a good point. Well, it's a point. Oh, nice grappling there across the Mount Everest room.
Sloaters makes it look easy, and something that, let's be real, when we were all kids and the first time we tried to go through that area with grapple beam, we all struggled.
It's actually harder when you have gravity suit, to be fair. Alright, so you saw that grapple jump out of Dragon's room. That's the harder version of what Sloaters is about to do, so...
Let's go on a swing.
And looks like Yuzu's going to be doing a gravity jump here to get through the lava dive. Yep, we just have to pause the game and jump during the fade out. Turn off gravity suit, and we get a nice super jump there. Ooh, and the later you jump, the closer your jump is to the pause. Sloaters actually having a little bit of trouble here with this grapple jump as well. But the closer your jump is to the point where you lose control, the higher your gravity jump will take you.
There we go. Sloaters gets it on that next attempt.
Yeah, and Yuzu may be considering just doing a normal wall jump lava dive. Oh, that's a little close to the fireball there, Yuzu. And here's one of the issues with just this room in general that Yuzu's in. When you activate the Namahe at the top of the screen, it's never where you want it to be. Alright, makes it through, gets the wall jump at the very top.
Meanwhile, Sloaters gets to our favorite snake with the best hitbox in the game.
Yeah, and does have a reserve tank here. Has to make sure he doesn't have too much energy in the reserve tank, honestly. And nails it with the last super missile. The last super missile is in captivity. Batoon is in pieces. Alright, so now, users' decisions up to this point would lead me to believe we're skipping GT here. But, we'll see. We'll see. The Sloater's borderline forced to pick up this missile pack, unfortunately.
Certainly not needed, just kind of in the way.
So Yuzu kind of caught between whether or not to go for charge beam or ammo here, or maybe just would love to have screw attack or plasma beam to get through lower north here, but probably won't be upset with the findings here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see Sloaters take down this Kraid fight that's gonna be back here, locked behind the Dragon spot. Head right to wreck ship. I don't think we're gonna see him pass go or collect $200. I think we're gonna watch him go straight through the boss fights and get to Mother Brain.
Yeah, the one thing Sloaters probably will do is refill at the ship, both before and after Ridley. Since he'll want as many super missiles as possible for Ridley and Mother Brain. This room is named after a typo. And Yuzuriha is gonna have to do a spring ball jump here. There are a few different ways out of this room, but spring ball jump is the only option at this point, and I blinked and missed that great quick kill from the Sloaters.
It's certainly easy to do with it just being a couple of 3 super hits and it's done, and rewarded with screw attack.
Sloaters taking a moment to decide whether or not that was a reward. Definitely looking for plasma beam there, or spazer. But
yeah, unneeded item at this point, but so close. This is definitely not an easy jump to get out of there if you're not used to using that spring ball jump.
If you're like the #1 randomizer runner in the world, Aussie, you can get out of this room with just high jump boots. It's probably like 3 perfect, probably even just the first wall jump is 2 frame perfect inputs. And then there's more.
Someone compared it to Taco Tank, which I think is a really good comparison. You know, that's a trick that Zenny's able to pull off easily, but not an easy trick.
Sloaters is calling it a little close with turning around near the sand. So inform me, what is Taco Tank?
So Taco Tank is
Sloaters doesn't have space jump. I don't think he can go this way.
It's that very first E-Tank that you can find in Blue Bryn. That's right.
The Zenny's RBO.
Yeah, the one
Zenny's,
that he can. Yeah, that trick.
Does Zos do that too? I thought that was like strictly a Zenny thing.
It's a Zenny thing, yeah.
Okay, so I was aware of the strat, just not the name. Zos did it too. He's getting a little bit of lag here. Unfortunately, let all of the pirates let loose French fries at once. Sloaters is going to be doing another grapple jump here to get out of Aqueduct. And yeah, 3 super missiles will quickly dispatch these pirates. Now, Yuzu found the charge beam, but is still going for minor item locations. I'm not sure
A little
whether...
surprising.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether the hope is for an E-tank. Definitely not a reserve tank, I would say. But maybe that's better than a missile pack.
Well, Mickey Mouse is a little reserved today.
Reserve the bad puns for later.
Oh no. Well,
Whoop,
Yuzuriha
Yuzu
falls
took a
here. That's
fall
going to be
here, yeah.
definitely some time loss having to backtrack through here.
And this is a... You're gonna have to use charge shots here. This is not a great room without speed booster or screw attack or plasma. Oh, sloaters is... This is kind of funny. This is just a situation where you take space jump for granted. So shoutouts to Tracy M. And also shoutouts to Tracy M for being an awesome event organizer.
Absolutely.
Alright, so take 2 through the acid pillars for Yuzu, and take 2 through the worst room in the game. Meanwhile, Sloaters will have to head to the... Maybe head to the ship for an ammo refill? I would think so. Huh.
Well, no, just going right for it.
Oh! Sloaters actually knew that E-Tank was there. Nice skipping step.
Nice spring ball strats to get across.
All kinds of coming in handy here. Well, Sloaters knows we have an E-Tank. I mean, you gotta think that having 15 extra super missiles would be faster, right? I mean, danger aside, just the amount of time it'll take to do all the charge shots Sloaters needs to do. And there is absolutely no guarantee for Sloaters that he'll find Plasma or Spazer either.
Well, there goes that. There's Plasma.
If Sloaters needed any luck, he just got it.
And there he goes.
Yeah. Alright, Yuzu will take a safety save here. Only 110 energy for Wasteland. I believe the Skigas are doing 40 damage here. And a little bit of mandatory damage in that room as well, if you want to go fast. Doing running into spikes and lava and such.
Ridley's being a little bit difficult about turning around the way Sloaters intending, but that plasma combo just makes short work of our scaly friend.
Yeah, didn't even use all those super missiles he picked up. Oh, careful, Yuzu. Is this an E-Tank?
And it's Spacer, which no reason to grab now that plasma's in the inventory.
Speed booster could have been there. Is there?
I'm not sure there was much I would have checked for.
There's a 1 in 3 chance there's speed booster, I guess. Or 1 in... Wait. 2... Oh, there's also the E... Okay, so there's still the wreck ship E-Tank and the missile pack under Bowling Room. Those would be the final 2 locations we haven't seen. So one of those has speed booster. I gotta think if Sloaters had more checks out saying... Actually, from Sloaters' perspective, a 1 in 4 chance since he hasn't gone to Crocomire. Or wait, we're getting checked. What it? What it? Yeah, I forgot all of the stuff that. What it?
So not great odds is what we're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And really, of all the things left, the speed's the only item you're looking for, and even that isn't really necessary for this. I mean, it would, help in escape. It would speed up the process of getting to Turian.
I'm trying to think, the amount of time Speed Booster would save versus the amount of time that he loses by, like, the door transitions, back and forth. That's about 5 seconds he uses to look for it. Speed Booster has to save more than 5 seconds. So on average, I guess since there are 6 locations, Speed Booster would have to save 30 seconds to make it worth the check. Which, it probably does just about that. So not really, it's kind of a wash, I guess. If only we had some way to talk to the runners after the race. And one thing that you're going to see in this week's races is that these Chozo seeds go fast. With there only being 25 locations to look for necessary items, we're going to see a lot of sub-hours.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Some of the runs I've already seen have been, I saw a jet seed earlier that was sub 50 minutes. It's going to be, the racers with more consistent movement are definitely going to be rewarded this week.
Yeah, it's not quite as heavily favored toward speedrunners as, say, Dash Randomizer, but I think out of the modes we've seen so far, it is the one that rewards just consistent gameplay the most. Yeah, and Yuzu gonna farm here. If only Yuzu knew that Ridley was not behind this door.
Yeah, they would know they could just walk right in and...
Yeah, going for much extra safety really only requires 30 super missiles. Maybe looking for the health as much as the super missiles, but it's just a lowly elephant ghost. Which I don't know about you guys, but my Fantoon fights are worse than my Ridley fights. So.
Yeah, I watch some of the speedrunners run this room or run this boss fight, and I actually asked Sunny the other day, like, what are the things, what are the top 3 things you would practice? And he said boss fights are definitely in his top 3 of things that you should focus on. This is one where I cannot get that Doppler down at all, so I definitely spend way more time on this stupid fight than I should.
I missed it. Oh, I didn't miss a Zeb skip because we're doing the spring ball version. Okay. Zeb skip from Sloaters on the second tight. Yeah, I would say that Fantoon is the hardest boss to get optimally. Ridley you can kind of figure out his patterns after a little bit. Kraid and Dragon, you just kind of have set quick kills. Dragon's basically a coin flip. Right, like for Dragon, if you win the coin flip, then you have a perfect fight. And the execution, there aren't a lot of execution trees for Dragon. Did she swoop or not? There is, the execution tree for Kraid is a straight line because it's always the same every time. Right.
Right. And, no variance at all.
Yeah, Fantoon definitely has the most variance. Basically, you're looking at 4 different patterns, 2 rounds. Like you're looking at like 16 different patterns, and then a ton more if you drop a missile or something.
Yeah, you can see runners get this kill on the first round.
Yeah, Sloater's just sitting through this cutscene waiting for Mother Brain 3 to spawn so he can finish the run. The thing about Ridley is you can just go into Ridley and bang your head against it with minimal equipment, and you'll get a lot better at it. Like I used to farm up to 2 or 300 energy in any percent, where I have gravity suit and plasma beam and all that. And after trying the low ice fight for Ridley, like I don't even look at my energy when I go into Ridley anymore. Maybe like I want 100, I don't know. But yeah, Ridley's a lot easier. Just brute force, bang your head against it till you get it. Phantoon definitely takes more finesse, as well as having to understand the different patterns.
Well, yeah, and you watch the runners who are consistently getting it 2 rounds or lower. They know exactly where all the reveal spots are going to be. So if it's not a fast, they're going to know where that mid's going to be. They're very prepared.
Yeah, and these are runners that have been doing it before we had a really fine-tuned practice hack. The current version of the practice hack actually lets you set the Phantoon patterns, which is really nice when you want to practice that fight, right? A lot of these old dogs like Sloaters and Zost and Zenny. Zenny being a newer old dog, I guess, but a lot of these people that have been running the game for 10 plus years, 15 years, gosh, we're old. They were getting those patterns down before there was even an easy way to practice them. So you know, don't let the fact that these guys have been playing the game for so long deter you from trying to get into a vanilla speedrun or a randomizer, because honestly, like, you can stand on these guys' shoulders. You can pretty much everyone in the Super Metroid SRL Discord is willing to help. A lot of people know a ton about this game and are friendly, and you know, we'll fill you in. We also have 2 different websites that are just repositories for strats. We have the Super Metroid Speedrunner Wiki. That's at wiki.supermetroid.run, I believe. It's a picture of Behemoth on there for some reason. And then there's also crocamai.re, which is just a repository of videos for different strats. So yeah, there are definitely more ways to get into the game and get good at the game than there were when your favorite runners started. So definitely don't be shy.
Oh, for sure. And even as you say that, you know, Zenny, who you mentioned, is one of the, you know, young, quote unquote, younger ones who grew up watching Zost and wanted to be like Zost, and now is, you know, the 100% winner. And speaking of winner,
world record holder.
GG's in the chat for Sloaters. Finishes with a time of 56:03.
GG.
Yeah, just an example of great execution, and, you know, adjusting well on the fly to what the seed was giving him, and, you know, commanding lead in this. I think some of it too is just understanding the category very well.
I'll grab an ammo packs here for Yuzu. Does have charge beam, but did we get that spring ball jump?
Definitely has charge beam.
Okay. Yeah, but won't even need it at this rate, I believe.
No, just has enough natural ammo to take it down to this point.
Yeah, this super missile
50
is
supers.
going to be.
Sorry, 55 supers.
Yeah, this was the last necessary ammo pack to get through without charge beam, but we do have charge beam. So Just grabbing some stuff for comfort. That's just quick shout outs again to Super Metroid, because you can cater the run. There are, even just doing an any percent run, you can pick up an extra E-Tank while you're starting out. You can grab Spazer early. You can do multiple different routes. Like, there are ways to fine tune your speedrun to your skill level, and that's one of the things that I really love about Super Metroid. It's also a great game to speedrun if you're streaming, because you have built-in multiple seconds at a time through each door transition to take a peek over at chat. So it's a really nice interactive speed game as well.
Yeah, I think it's one of all the games I've seen, it's the most versatile, and there's so many categories and opportunities and options, and you don't have to specialize in one area. And we see that where some runners will choose to mainly focus on one category, but then you can jump into these other categories, and then the randomizers have come along and have created a whole other level of running this game, and it just continues to show its the amazing design of this game so many years ago.
User has to defeat 3 bosses still. No speed booster. Don't do it. Don't go that way. Unless you really want the Croc Escape Miner. You really want the Croc Escape Miner. Speed was at Plasma. Yep. I also want to give a special thanks to Incompetent Perfectionist, our tracker this evening.
Yep. Started off with his first tracking earlier this afternoon, and decided to hop onto a second to help out, which is phenomenal, because we would have been the 2 of us with no tracker. So thank you very much for hopping on and making our lives easier.
Back in my day, we used to have to do solo comms and track ourselves, and we didn't even have an interface. I don't even remember, like, the tracker that SpeedGaming uses right now is different, I think. But anyway, yeah, so SpeedGaming's awesome. Make sure you follow this SpeedGaming channel, as well as all the other ones. SpeedGaming, SpeedGaming 3, SpeedGaming 4, SpeedGaming Deutsch, SpeedGaming Espanol, SpeedGaming Francois, SpeedGaming Portuguese, and the runners.
Yeah, if you haven't had the opportunity, give Sloaters and Yuzuriha a follow. Also, cross-product, Incompetent Perfectionist, and myself. You guys want to give us a follow?
We play this game too.
I try to play this game. I tend to be more of a Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide runner, but this game is one that I love it, and I'm trying, but definitely not there. But we are now joined.
Like to power on my console, hold a controller, and troll. That's what I do.
And now we're joined in chat by Sloaters. Sloaters, GG.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Were you scared?
There are moments, yes. There are some scary moments, but it was all right in the end.
Yeah.
How much did the knowledge of Ridley's location help you in the rest of that run?
I wouldn't say it helped much. I probably should have just hunted out Gravity, knowing Ridley was up there, since I knew Kraid wasn't going to be one of the possible spots then, or Kraid's E-Tank.
Yeah, it's not a Chozo location. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oop. User having a little bit of trouble getting grabbed by the fish bomb here. Yeah, so you know the room I call the Three Stooges room? Where the key hunters try to get at you, but they keep bonking into the wall?
That got a little dicey.
Thankful they stayed true to their name today.
Well, my plan was to get hit and then go to the top of the room and do the crystal flash safely, but then I got hit and I didn't make it up there. I said, well, I better do it quickly because this might get bad.
Damage per frame if they bonk into you while you're doing a crystal flash animation.
Yeah, it would most certainly be death.
So what do you think about this this category versus last week?
I kind of hate it, honestly. I mean, I think without area rando being added on there, I think boss rando, it makes like going to wreck ship first super sketchy. And this seed, it like was kind of okay because I had the gear to like take on whatever boss was there. It would just been like super slow to like go and refill my ammo after like opening all the doors. So I was kind of bummed I didn't like find a super on the way there. That's kind of what I was looking for, to not have to reset on Ridley. But
I think since this is a lesser used item distribution, we wanted to kind of ease people into it before combining it with an area rando as well.
yeah, I mean, I really like area rando a lot. I think it pairs with boss rando really nice because it kind of makes... Because I feel like that's the problem when you don't have area in boss rando, is like wreck ship just feels super scary every single time.
Floaters should try out Minimizer.
I forgot what that one is. I think that's like the boss rooms are like also areas. They're not just like in there. They're not mixed between the four of them or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds that sounds exciting.
We're seeing a different way of traveling through Meridia here, as Yuzuriha did have gravity and did not have to slow roll through these rooms.
Yeah, I also probably should have got gravity because I was having a very hard time doing the suitless sections. So
Yeah, I was wondering if you would skip the gravity. It did end up being at Crocomire. I don't know if you watched your credits, but
yeah.
it could have been any of the locations in Wreck Ship as well, right? It could have even been behind Ridley in Wreck Ship, so it could have been one of 4 spots up there. At which point, it seems nicer to just pick up the Meridia boss on your way. I was actually curious about you going to get the plasma beam instead of refilling at the ship. That was a pretty fortunate find there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had 15 supers, so it wouldn't have been like a terribly long fight, but I figure even if it's not a beam that's there, there's a decent chance it's like something that's going to be useful, just because like that's how Chozo is. Usually the Chozo locations are like pretty stacked. I think I only had 2 E-tanks that I didn't find at that point. So I figured it'd be useful whatever was there. I wasn't too concerned about the length of the fight.
I recall seeing 3 E-tanks, or I recall seeing 2 of the 3 E-tanks, but they might not have all been on your game.
Okay, yeah. I know I found the reserve in at least 1 E-tank.
Yeah, Yuzu going for these intended grapple strats. But as I mentioned earlier, gonna find it easier to get these grapples done without gravity suit on.
Gives you a little bit more time to grab.
Yeah, and then I guess you were looking for a speed booster behind Ridley, but out of the 6 locations you had left, it could have been anyone, right? I kind of did the math, and I figured if Speed Booster saves 30 seconds, because it takes about 5 seconds to check it with the door transitions, right? 4 or 5 seconds. And there are 6 places it could be, so like it has to save on average 30 seconds to be like statistically worth checking, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like part of it I was just curious, like, I wonder if this is where gravity was. Let's find out.
Oh, that is true. Gravity might have been. You were fine.
I was worried, worst case scenario, that speed was going to be somewhere up at wreck ship, and then waterway would be where gravity's at, because that would be the last thing I would check.
Nope. Gravity or waterway is not a Chozo location, so.
Oh my.
Yeah, I made sure to run 3 seeds today just so I could drill all the item locations into my head. But that's actually kind of the nice thing, is that you can full clear Big Pink every time. And you don't have to go down to Edicoons.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay away from Chozo mode whenever I can, because I'm still learning how it works, apparently.
Don't we have another week of this in this tournament?
Yeah, I forget which one. I think there's at least one more.
Yeah, usually still is not going to wreck ship.
No, so it doesn't know that that's where Ridley is, but way more than enough ammo and charge. Anyway, I'm saying week 6 is the next time you're gonna have to deal with Chozo, so a little bit of time to plan up for that.
Yuzu not going to save here. So feels confident enough in a 40 Super Missile Ridley fight. But oh, it's great.
Misses that quick kill. Last time Kraid was on the screen, he was gone before we even realized he was there.
Oh, is this a 2-0 match or a 1-1 match, or?
This is 1-1.
1-1, okay. Yeah, I forgot to find out about that before the race.
Definitely going to create some interesting matchups moving forward. The 1-1 bracket was almost every bit as stacked this week as the 2-0 bracket.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Swiss round is that theoretically the races will get tighter and tighter the farther in you get. And I do believe we had completely random seeding in week 1, so. Yeah, I believe Yuzu is trying to grab some super missiles off of these Metroids. Could actually kill them with screw attack. I wonder if we will see a check at Plasma Room and take the Forgotten Highway route to wreck ship.
Probably, because it looks like we've seen a lot of Yuzu's almost going for almost a full clear of a lot of things here, so I wouldn't be shocked to see Gravity get a check here.
Okay, we'll bypass that then. screw attack farm here. Could use grapple beam here as well, but screw attack's way more fun. I don't know that it's necessarily slower. Probably about the same. And Yuzuriha actually wants to go down the sand pit here. Well, I don't know. We'll have to do an ice clip to get through. But, oh, that was the guy. You killed the guy. Uh-oh. Well,
Room resetting coming.
yeah, either reset or go back to that sand pit. So Sloaters, what would you prefer to do here? Ice clip to get back through the pre-bot swoon room, or go down the pit?
I like going down the pit. I think it's probably, I would assume it's quite a bit faster if that's what low percent does.
Yeah. Yep, for news on upcoming races on the SpeedGaming network, as well as upcoming Super Metroid races, make sure you check out the respective schedules. Super Metroid multi-category.
Also, we have a couple of other races that are going on. We actually have one that just started on the SpeedGaming Mothership channel at 8:10 Eastern between Chemo and Bressingham. It's rolling right now. And then we have at 12:09 Eastern, at 12:09 a.m. Eastern, a race between Vibrant Colors and Junie June. Also on the Speed Game main channel. And then tomorrow, the only one we definitely have, sorry, on Wednesday, the only one we definitely have broadcast right now will be the race between Farfu and Iron Rusty. But more to come as the week just kind of populated, and commentary and tracking teams. We're figuring out our life schedules to make sure that we can provide as much of this tournament action for you for the week. Right, Yuzuriha is headed towards wreck ship now, and we'll go take that Ridley fight. Gonna grab that E-tank. Way more than enough energy now. Sloaters, I enjoyed watching your use of the spring ball. I know there's at least one runner in particular who's not a fan of the spring ball.
Who's that?
MM2.
He said it was his favorite item.
Sarcasm.
Don't tell me you meant it ironically.
Who would ever use sarcasm? Ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this out there that I hope MM2 and I meet up in this tournament, because I'm just gonna demolish him with spring ball during our entire game. So you guys can clip that if you want and send it to him. That's okay.
He might be watching.
Even better.
I know MM2 was in the chat earlier, so that's great. The gauntlet has been, the challenge has been laid that Sloaters will use spring ball for the win.
That's right.
What do you think would be a bigger slap in the face? Winning by 1 second with spring ball, or saving like half an hour over the run with spring ball and beating his time by a ton?
I don't know how you could. I mean, I don't think you can credit spring ball for the half-hour one, but that would be a huge slap in the face, I would think.
I mean, honestly, even the 1 second, just because spring ball saved not having. Why would it be more than a second? Not saving, not having to bomb out of the location. That'd be enough, and that would be hard proof that spring ball is superior.
I look forward to the days where our rando races are decided by who gets reverse slinky and who doesn't.
Wow. Speaking of challenging strats, that oh yeah, and Yuzuriha without the plasma will take this Spazer. Obviously we saw Sloaters skip that pea shooter. No need to grab it when you have the best beam in the game.
3 shooter.
I made my first foray into MM2's chat and made my comment about how much I love Spring Ball and was banned for a few seconds, and then allowed back. So that's where my comments about him and Spring Ball have started.
I'm sure he'll grow out of it.
Now after picking up that plasma, after picking up that Spazer, there's plasma. Turian is at next location, and we'll see Mother Brain go down quickly to a full beam combo and way more than enough ammo. Enough that they could take down Alderaan at this point. So Sloaters, I know you run a lot of vanilla speed runs. What do you do to prep for these randomizers?
Well, I mean, for this tournament in particular, there's a lot of game modes, or I guess settings, combined settings I'm not familiar with, so leading up to it, I like to familiarize myself with those, but I mean, other than that, the day of, I just do like any percent runs or runs of whatever category I'm doing at the time. So that's usually what I do. I don't like to do a lot of actual like seeds on like the day of a race.
Yeah, it's easy to cross your wires there.
Yeah.
Unless you maybe do a rando in the morning and then take an extended break, come back for your race.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that means you like to spend that time of the day of just kind of retuning your movement then and making sure that you're warmed up with that.
Yeah, I would say that. Sometimes my hands don't like to cooperate when I start playing, and I definitely need to like just do something in the game to warm them up, not necessarily, actually playing rando.
Outside of boss fights, what do you say you kind of grind out the day of a race? What particular strats? Like for me, it would be usually I'll do like a bootless lava dive and maybe like an X-ray boost and work on those couple things, because those are just good, warm you up, get your fingers loose type of strats to practice.
Yeah, I'll do like kind of the specific rando tricks. So doing the lava dives, doing the suitless stuff, doing like all the spring ball jumps and double spring ball jumps and all that. For like straight up warming up though, I actually really like doing the Metroid rooms with like 100% loadout, because those are a lot of button presses at once.
Okay. Yeah, especially if you're trying to maximize through those rooms where you watch the fastest strats through those rooms and it's insane.
Yeah.
That immediate switch from the beam to super to back to the beam, back to the super, all while jumping in between, and yeah, it's when those rooms are executed perfect, it's definitely a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I love that with the Smoothie Room 3 especially. I actually need to sit down and practice Green Gate Glitch for about half an hour tomorrow, I think.
That's definitely one that took a couple seconds for me to learn to have any level of consistency in that.
Only a couple seconds. I don't even know if there is being consistent with it.
That's about as accurate a statement as MM2's favorite item is Spring Ball. Is a couple of seconds.
Sloaters, how many RBO and GT Classic runs have you done combined, you think?
Those two combined, I mean, it's gotta be in the hundreds somewhere. I've done a lot of GT Classic, so somewhere in the hundreds.
Yeah. It's just, there are also nuances of difference in what exact pixel you set up on, whether or not you have high jump boots. And then sometimes it just doesn't want to work.
Yeah, I always kind of see it as a coin flip, and you can miss a coin flip 20 times in a row. It's pretty unlikely, but it does happen.
We're gonna get some ammo kill on the first set, doing the spring ball strat as well. Nice.
Well,
that's a fairly recent strat. I think in the last year or two it became popular. We used to see more people revert to speed skips in this case, or even like down backing to get through the ice skip with having the screw attack on.
Yeah, I think like we've known about it for a really long time, but there was never like an optimal time to use it until someone figured out that you could like not take any damage doing it, and then that saves time in GT Classic without having to pause and use the reserve at the end of the fight for stand-up. So it's really cool that there's like, actually a definitely optimal category you can use it in, because it's really slick, even if it's not like, technically as fast as some of the other ones in different situations.
Speed skip, you're taking what, like 2 or 3 damage from the spark?
Yeah, but I mean, you can't take anything in GT Classic since you're at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's a big part of the reason why I love watching this game is just, regardless of the category, there's so many approaches to do different tricks, and it allows for a lot of flexibility in how runners approach the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to just do bare bones completing a run, there's a lot of super approachable strategies. And then the other end of it, if you wanted to like, grind frames out, there's some really cool elaborate strats you can go for. So, I mean, it's great for beginners, great for people that want to reach the tippy top. There's a lot to offer in this game.
Well, there's even
Behemoth practice at AGDQ one time, and he was doing Mama Turtle Room 100%, and he had this like crazy strat. I think he would basically like jump up, get the E-tank, get the missile on the wall, and then shine spark out of the room or something. Like, it was, I didn't remember exactly what it was. insane. It's like, it saves about 5 frames. It's like,
I think I know so it's like a hero shot, and then you like wall jump up to the item on the wall, and then like spark to the it was something.
Right, that's what
like
it was.
Weird hero shot with it.
Spark to the E-tank from the missile spot. Yeah. yeah. If you do this perfectly, you save about 5 frames.
Yeah, I mean, there was a trick you executed in this run earlier that was the iceless mockball in iceless escape in after
Iceless
ice.
ice escape.
Yes, that one's definitely not not a trick that a lot of people would even think to practice because it's coming out of the ice location, but definitely one that can allow you to snag that item in runs where you might not be able to otherwise.
To talk about exclusive randomizer strats, right? Well, the only other place, maybe the putback percent, or like the put 'em back, whatever, that hack that came out this past year.
Oh, the one where you return all the items?
Return all the items, yeah, that would be another situation. Yeah, Yuzu also did not grab the speed booster out of Plasma. Was it Plasma or Shack Tool?
I was Plasma, yeah.
Gonna see some possible wall jumps in the escape. Oh, I think we bonked there. Nope, got it.
Saw no moonfalls this run.
Good.
That's right, Sloaters. Remember, you are the runner. You are in the never moonfall team.
Yeah, it's silly. You don't need it. Just don't.
Oh, what if MM2 Nest cartridge catches up on that spring ball time by
that would be interesting.
by with the moonfall.
We're getting an
versus
animal
spring
save.
ball. Perhaps.
They probably cancel out most of the time, I'd say.
I guess it'd be pretty close. And the animals do get free to go destroy the ecosystem on another planet.
Yuzu sticks it out, finishes the run with an official race time. GG time.
GG in chat.
Of 1:30:42. Congratulations on the finish.
GG.
And we'll see if Yuzu wants to come in and chat with us for a minute as well.
Hello.
GG.
Good game.
GG.
So how'd you feel about that run?
It was both worse. It was not quite as bad as I thought it'd be.
How much practice have you had in this particular category, which I know is extremely different than last week?
Honestly, Chozo, this is probably maybe like potentially my first time doing Chozo.
Got it.
I was familiar with the concept and I read up on it and studied the map, but maybe once or twice before. But this be at the very least, if not my first time, at least the first handful of times of doing Chozo.
Yeah, that certainly makes a difference. The multi-category brings out like a wide, because it's such a wide range of skills required, and planning required. Like, this is completely different, obviously, than last week. And now, when you're going to be running this in week 6, what do you think you'll be do differently between now and week 6 to prepare?
Honestly, I mean, I don't think I was too far out, or at least at least as far as there's nothing immediate. I feel like went out of the ordinary, and I feel like I could have done better. I probably had to go and like look at the logic a bit better to kind of get a better idea of when a check is probably worthwhile to check early versus later. But as it is, it's too early for me to say if there's for me to how to what I could do differently.
Well, fair, and I know that's something it's always hard immediately after to kind of you're gonna need some time to break down how things went in the run.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, some of it's kind of obvious. It's like etiquette. So I mean, unless you really need e-tanks or ammo, it's like there's no Jozo item down there, so don't bother checking. So I don't need to really check down there. But some of the less obvious stuff, I'm sure there's some less obvious stuff I need. Like you said, I need to go and kind of break down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, today's the first day I've seen this category. So it's been interesting for me to watch it play out and see how, to kind of, backseat thinking about how you would approach, I would approach the run. It's been, it's definitely been interesting watching it play out.
Mm-hmm.
Cross product, do you have any thoughts?
Pretty much got it all there. Just always want to be grateful to our tournament organizers, to Kip and Tracy and Balthazar and the rest, as well as all the SpeedGaming crew and our trackers. And our runners. Can't forget our runners. Follow the runners.
Yes, if you haven't had an opportunity, follow those runners. And if you want to take the opportunity, follow the commentary team, especially Incomplete Perfectionist, who's tracking today. Tracking is really important on these. Incomplete Perfectionist has a race coming up this week as well. So does Cross Product. So you have a chance to watch them, take on this this category.
And mine's in just over 24 hours, actually.
All right.
And yeah, Incompetent Perfectionists, I'll have to check the schedule and see when they're racing as well.
They're racing Thursday at 10:40 p.m.
Oh, right after my race.
Yes, and that one's
right after my race and another 24 hours.
And that race is actually between two of our most consistent trackers, so they'll be battling, allowing someone else to track,
won't they? They'll remember where everything is.
Yes. All right. Runners, great job. Good races tonight. Now you're Sloaters, you're now in the 2 and 1, and Yuzuriha, you're in the 1 and 2 category. So, good luck to you both next week and moving forward. Again, give these runners a follow. Give us a follow if you would like. Hope you guys enjoyed this race. There is just a reminder, there is another race going on right well, it may be over. I can check it real quick. But there's definitely a race on at 12:09 a.m. And there is still another race running over on the SpeedGaming main channel right now. So, there's plenty of opportunities to watch more of this tournament. So, hope to see you all in chat the next time. Otherwise, for myself and Cross Products, hope you guys have a great one, and we will see you next time.
Take care.